Imagine the roads echoing with the thunderous roar of iconic engines, the wind carrying tales of speed, and every twist and turn revealing a new chapter in the thrilling saga of 80s motorcycling. Have you ever wondered which motorcycle stole the hearts of riders and became the world's first performance cruiser? And did you know about the original Ninja that not only redefined sports bikes but also starred in a Hollywood blockbuster? Get ready to rev up your nostalgia and dive into the world of the coolest motorcycles of the 1980s. Trust us, you don't want to miss this ride. Starting off at number 10, we have the Yamaha VMAX. This was a beast that roared onto the scene in 1985, stealing hearts and turning heads. With a low-slung cruiser with the heart of a performance powerhouse, the VMAX was no ordinary bike. It was the world's first performance cruiser, a muscle machine that ruled the roads until 2010. Armed with a mighty 1,197cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine, this bad boy unleashed a jaw-dropping 145 horsepower and 83.1 lb-ft of torque, propelling you to a mind-boggling top speed of 150 miles per hour. But it's not just about power. The VMAX seamlessly blended muscle with comfort, making it a smooth cruiser that's still a rider's favorite today. Some even argue it's the superior choice, standing tall against the competition. At number 9 on our time-traveling adventure is the BMW R80 GS, the game-changer that hit the streets in 1980. Before this dual-sport wonder, you had to choose between road and trail bikes, but BMW said, why not both? And bam, the adventure bike was born. The R80 GS, or Geländestrasse, merged the best of both worlds. A 795cc flat-twin boxer engine, with 50 horsepower, a rugged chassis, long travel suspension, off-road rims, and long-distance riding accessories. This masterpiece not only dominated the Paris-Dakar Rally, but also won the hearts of riders worldwide. It was the bridge between road and trail, paving the way for the versatile machines we ride today. Shifting gears, at number 8, we have the Honda Shadow. Back in 1983, Honda shook up the cruiser scene with the introduction of the Honda Shadow. These Japanese cruisers were crafted to conquer the open roads, offering riders a taste of that American dream. But the journey wasn't all smooth for Honda. The USA had slapped tariffs on Japanese bikes with over 701cc, forcing Honda to trim the Shadow VT750C's displacement to 700cc in 1984. Now, will the tariffs be lifted, or is the Shadow destined to remain a 700cc rebel forever? Spoiler alert, the Shadow rises and roars back as a 1,100cc powerhouse. With a 6-speed transmission, ample power, and a ride as smooth as a jazz melody, the Shadow became a cruiser for the ages. It may not be the flashiest of the 80s, but its enduring legacy is undeniable, with the Shadow still shining bright in Honda's current lineup. Now, at number 7, let's shift gears to the tail end of the 80s, where Yamaha introduced the FZR 600 Genesis, a true pioneer in middleweight supersport territory. While not as celebrated as some, the Genesis paved the way for the legendary Yamaha YZF R6. Instead of revisiting the Yamaha RD models, we're shining a light on the 4-stroke wonder that is the FZR 600. Underneath its sleek frame lies a 599cc liquid-cooled inline-4 engine, churning out a robust 89.6 horsepower and 48.5 pound force-foot of torque. The Genesis wasn't just a powerhouse. It was a beast, thanks to its feathery 399 lbs. Who said middleweights couldn't be both nimble and powerful? In the late 80s and beyond, the FZR 600 wasn't just a bike, it was a symbol of Yamaha's triumph in the sports bike realm. Next up, at number 6, let's talk about the Africa Twin. Now, you might be raising an eyebrow and thinking, isn't that more of a 90s thing? Well, hold on to your helmets, because we're diving into the 80s with the EPICS V650. This slightly smaller version stole our hearts in 1988, laying the foundation for the iconic EPICS V750 Africa Twin and the mighty CRF 1100L Africa Twin we cherish today. Crafted from the DNA of the Dakar-winning NXR 750, the XRV 650 wasn't just a bike, it was a rally-inspired masterpiece. It had HRC-inspired rally replica paint, dual-sport ergonomics, and a true adventurer spirit. Beneath those sculpted fairings, a robust 647cc V-twin engine roared to life, pumping out 57 horsepower and 41 pound-foot force of torque. But the XRV 650 was built tough. I mean, who needs roads when your bike is built to conquer sandstorms, river crossings, and every terrain imaginable? That's why the name Africa Twin became synonymous with adventure in the riding community. Now let's switch gears at number 5 to Italy, where the Ducati 851 burst onto the scene in 1987. This Italian stallion wasn't just a sport bike, it was an Italian's Italian. After Ducati got a boost from its new parent Cagiva, the 851 emerged with a liquid-cooled V-twin engine. With 851cc and 93 horsepower, Ducati roared back into the spotlight. Wrapped in a steel tube trellis frame and blessed with stunning aesthetics, the 851 wasn't just a bike, it was a masterpiece. Over its 5-year reign, it evolved with Öhlins USD suspension, floating Brembo brakes, and engine tweaks for racing. While it might not be as famous as the 916, the 851 played a pivotal role in shaping Ducati's legacy. A legacy of exciting, powerful, and dangerously attractive Italian marvels that we continue to love today. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Suzuki GSX R750, a legend in its own right. The GSX R750 was the bigger, bolder sibling to the GSX R400 and the production version of the formidable GS1000R racer. With a feather-light aluminum alloy frame, racing fairings that could make your heart skip a beat, and a revolutionary air and oil-cooled engine, this bad boy hit the scene in 1985, stealing the spotlight at the Cologne Motor Show. Packing a punch with a 749cc inline-4 engine, it churned out an impressive 106 horsepower, 64 pound-force-foot of torque, and could hit speeds around 145 miles per hour. It's no wonder the GSX-R 750 became an icon, capturing the hearts of riders then and now. Now, let's shift gears to number 3, the Honda VFR 750 RRC30, an absolute stunner designed for the World Superbike Championship. If you have a soft spot for classic sports bikes, the RC30 is your vintage dream. Unlike the GSX R750, the RC30 was a homologation special, purpose-built for racing dominance. Underneath, it had a 748cc gear-driven V4 engine roared to life, pushing out a jaw-dropping 120 horses and 52 pound-force-foot of torque in road trim. And what's beneath the sleek fairings? Oh, just your typical cutting-edge technology: Showa suspension, a single-sided swing arm, a slipper clutch, and an innovative twin-spar aluminum frame. You know, the essentials. Underneath, it had a 748cc gear-driven V4 engine roared to life, pushing out a jaw-dropping 120 horses and 52 pound-force-foot of torque in road trim. What makes the RC30 even more tantalizing is its exclusivity. Only 3,000 of these masterpieces were ever crafted, making it not just a production model, but a mega-rare gem. The RC30 didn't just win the 1988 and 1989 World Superbike Championships. It etched its name into the annals of motorcycle history, becoming a lust-worthy classic that stands the test of time. Stealing the spotlight at number 2, we have the Suzuki Katana GSX 1100S, the peak of 80s incarnate style. What sets this beauty apart is that it wasn't cooked up by Suzuki's in-house designers, but by the brilliant mind of Hans Muth from Germany's Target Design. The result? The Katana, a sharp-edged sports motorcycle that either steals your heart or divides opinions like a true maverick. With an angular design, a distinctive square headlight, and aerodynamic plastics, the Katana's futuristic look was ahead of its time. Beneath that striking exterior, it housed a potent 1075cc transverse 4-cylinder engine, churning out a jaw-dropping 111 horsepower and 71 pound-force-foot of torque. Love it or hate it, the Katana's bold design made it a true 80s icon, and Suzuki's recent reboot of the model proves that some classics never fade away. Now finally, at number 1, let's shift gears to the original Ninja, the Kawasaki GPZ900R. Introduced in 1984, the GPZ900R wasn't just a motorcycle, it was a secret weapon crafted behind closed doors for 6 years. Forget world domination, they had a much more important mission: to succeed the legendary Z1. Because, you know, every motorcycle needs a successor. Its 908cc 16-valve, liquid-cooled, inline-4 engine, a world's first, unleashed 115 horsepower and 63 pound-foot force of torque, propelling it to a groundbreaking top speed of over 150 miles per hour, a feat unheard of for a stock road bike at the time. The GPZ900R didn't just conquer the roads, It starred in Top Gun. Yes, that Top Gun, the one with Tom Cruise, fighter jets, and of course the original Ninja. The GPZ-900R became a cultural icon, forever intertwined with the roar of jet engines and the rebellious spirit of the 80s. So, whether you're drawn to the classic curves of the Yamaha VMAX or the sharp lines of the Suzuki Katana, remember that each bike is a chapter in the thrilling saga of the 80s, where the road was endless and the adventure knew no bounds. Which 80s motorcycle from the list resonated with you the most, and why? Do you have any personal memories or experiences with motorcycles from the 80s? Leave your answers in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys soon.